Section 26 of Through Fairy Halls of My Book House. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Annette McGuinness. Through Fairy Halls of My Book House, edited by Olive Beaupre Miller. Music-Loving Bears by Joaquin Miller. Chapter 26. A bear loves music better than he loves honey, and that is saying that he loves music better than he loves his life. We were going to mill, father and I and Light Howard, in Oregon, about 40 years ago, with ox teams, a dozen or two bags of wheat threshed together with a flail and winnowed with a wagon cover, and were camped for the night by the Calipoola River, for it took 2 days to reach the mill. Light got his fiddle, keeping his gun, of course, close at hand. Pretty soon the oxen came very close, so close that they almost put their cold, moist noses against the backs of our necks, as we sat there on the ox yokes, or reclined in our blankets around the crackling pine log fire, and listened to the wild, sweet strains that swept up and down and up, till the very treetops seemed to dance and quiver with delight. Then suddenly father seemed to feel the presence of something or somebody strange, and I felt it too. But the fiddler felt, heard, saw nothing but the divine wild melody that made the very pine trees dance and quiver to their tips. It is strange how a man, a natural man, will feel a presence long before he hears it or sees it. Father got up, turned about, put me behind him as an animal will its young, and peered back and down through the dense tangle of the deep river bank, between two of the huge oxen which had crossed the plains with us, to the water's edge. Then he reached around and drew me to him with his left hand, pointing between the oxen sharp down the bank with his right forefinger. A bear! 2 bears! And another coming, one already more than halfway across the great mossy log that lay above the deep sweeping waters of the Calipoola. And Light kept on, and the wild sweet music leaped and swept through the delighted and dancing boughs above. Then father reached back to the fire and thrust a long burning bough deeper into the dying embers, and the glittering sparks leaped and laughed and danced and swept out and up, as if to companion with the stars. Then Light knew. He did not hear, he did not see, he only felt. But the fiddle forsook his fingers and his chin in a second, and his gun was to his face with the muzzle thrust down between the oxen. And then my father's gentle hand reached out, lay on the long black Kentucky rifle barrel, and it dropped down, slept once more at the fiddler's side. And again the melodies, and the very stars came down, believe me, to listen, for they never seemed as big and so close by before. The bears sat down on their haunches at last, and one of them kept opening his mouth and putting out his red tongue, as if he really wanted to taste the music. Every now and then one of them would lift up a paw and gently tap the ground, as if to keep time with the music. And both my papa and Light said next day that those bears really wanted to dance. And that is all there is to say about that, except that my father was the gentlest gentleman I ever knew, and his influence must have been boundless, for who ever before heard of any hunter laying down his rifle with a family full of fat black bears, holding the little snow-white cross on their breasts almost within reach of its muzzle? The moon came up by and by, and the chin of the weary fiddler sank lower and lower, till all was still. The oxen lay down and ruminated, with their noses nearly against us. Then the coal-black bears melted away before the milk-white moon, and we slept there, with the sweet breath of the cattle like incense upon us. End of section 26. Recording by Annette McGuinness.